Guys, I don't know where to begin. And I know, I say that every single week. I'm aware it's getting redundant. But after everything, NATO, the UK, and this whole Helsinki thing, I truly don't know where to begin. So I guess I'm just going to try my best to do a recap of all three. So here it goes. First things first. A quick mid-20th century history lesson. What is NATO? Well, it is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Basically, it was spearheaded by the Truman administration in 1949 to lend federal aid as well as infrastructural aid back to Europe after World War II. It was also designed to counter Joseph Stalin and the growth of Soviet Russia and communism. So let me just hammer one thing home again. NATO was invented by an American president to counter Russia's overreach. Do we have that settled in? Is that pretty clear? Cool. Moving on. So, early last week, we're living in a recently Scott Pruitt-free world. Isn't it awesome? Trump is heading to Europe for the NATO summit, and everyone's kind of on edge. Because the last time Trump got together with European leaders, things didn't go so well. It was the G7, he kind of insulted everyone and then fucked off to go hang out with Kim Jong-un in Singapore. You remember that? Cool. So everyone's like, is that going to happen again? Is he just going to brutally insult all of our allies and then go hang out with an autocrat? Well, yeah, he did. He really didn't disappoint. Here's kind of all how it went down. You know, he goes to NATO his first couple of days. He's doing his whole Trump thing. He's not playing nice with others. He's speaking when he shouldn't. It's all a mess. And then on Wednesday, July 11th, shout out to Carla Van Dongen, that's my mom's birthday. On Wednesday, July 11th, there's supposed to be this big meeting that evening to discuss how and when the Ukraine and Georgia are going to enter NATO. These are two countries that over the last decade have been under pretty much constant threat and attack from Russia. Comes to light that day that Trump has canceled meetings with the president of Romania, the leaders of Azerbaijan, and the leaders of the Ukraine and Georgia. Then he goes to this meeting late and completely derails the entire event. Does not want to talk about the Ukraine, doesn't want to talk about the Georgia, definitely doesn't want to talk about them entering NATO, but he does want to call out Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany specifically, for not holding up Germany's end of the bargain and paying into the defense fund set up by NATO, saying that if the rest of the NATO allies don't agree to up their defense spending, America might have to consider going it alone, essentially putting a gun to the head of 70 years of United States-European relations. Now, the rest of the NATO allies are like, we have to cancel our press conferences. We have to go to the airport and go home right now because we have no idea what in the hell just happened. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, he's just like, whoa, you know, that couldn't have gone better for me. That was friggin' sick. I'm gonna go to Helsinki and it's gonna be the balls. So then, yeah, he makes a quick stop in the United Kingdom, insults the Queen, makes her stand on her lawn, looking at her watch like, is this guy ever going to show up? Says that he's uncomfortable because the British people put up a balloon, and literally says that the European Union is one of our foes in an interview. So then, he gets to his favorite part of the trip. He goes to Helsinki to meet one-on-one with President of the world, Vladimir Putin. It's just him, Putin, and a couple interpreters in a room for 2 hours. And then they come out for that now infamous press conference. If you didn't catch the press conference, I would seriously go look at clips of it because it is one hell of a hard to watch hour. Basically, it's just reporter after reporter peppering the president with questions, being like, hey, can you please tell the world that you condemn Russia for meddling in our election and that you are with our intelligence community? And Trump is just like, nah, I don't think so. I do know that we beat Hillary really badly. Like, we really beat Hillary. It was embarrassing. Also, where are the servers? Like, we need to focus on our emails. This guy's great. I love this guy. I believe him. I mean, he said seriously, like, why would I do that to you? And I believe him. Also, like, we really beat Hillary. That was the focus of the whole freaking thing. He just mindlessly rambled on about Hillary Clinton and the servers and some Pakistani guys stealing some servers, and then said he didn't understand why Russia would ever want to meddle. And everyone's jaw kind of hit the floor. I mean, yeah, Trump has been talking like this for months, years, but to stand next to the president of Russia, a guy who has been known to kill reporters who put out articles against him, to arm our enemies, a known foe of the United States, someone we don't want to be friends with, and say that he believes him over his own country's intelligence was nuts. And mind you, this is a man who currently right now is nominating a justice to the Supreme Court. This is not good. Brett Kavanaugh does not believe in bringing investigations to a sitting president. And if he goes to the Supreme Court and for some reason the Mueller investigation hits the Supreme Court, Brett Kavanaugh could be the deciding factor in saying, this guy is not getting investigated, he's my guy. Call your senators. This is crazy. Tell them you support our intelligence community, tell them you do not support Brett Kavanaugh, and they need to stop him with every ounce of their being. Bye. Cotton-headed ninny muggins sticking my head in the freezer.
Cotton-headed ninny muggins.
Okay.